So, real quick, if you haven't heard, the Catholic Church has brought back indulgences.
Which I'm a fan of.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I like to indulge. But there is, for those of you who aren't Catholic and who might not realize, because even a lot of Catholics don't know, because this practice sort of apparently fell out of favor, and I didn't realize it went on as long as the 1960s.
Wow.
They didn't sell them. I believe the sale of indulgences was outlawed in 1572, the article said. So the actual sale has been, but you can give charitable money and get them. It's kind of the same thing. But an indulgence is where you can get a forgiveness of your sin that you've done in this life so that you spend less time in purgatory. Purgatory is the place where if you're not going to hell, but you still have some kind of sin staining your soul, you have to suffer for a while and be purified before you can go join God in heaven. And in recent months, the Catholic Church has actually brought back indulgences. And this actually brought up something that I did not personally realize about the Catholic Church, was that according to the teaching, even if you're absolved of your sin in confession, you can still have to spend time in purgatory. I thought, and as far as the catechism classes that I had when I was still Catholic, I thought once you had confession and you were absolved, you were free and clear of that. But apparently that's not the case. And the bishops that they talked to, the Pope has sort of like given the okay for the bringing this back in the recent months. I think possibly even the last year or two. Not a lot of people know about it so far, but the reason that they brought it back is they want to reinforce the idea of sin and the idea of punishment, and that really the Catholic Church is the only arbiter that can save you from otherworldly punishments. And so I think this is, they want to bring back the idea of penance, and obviously the Catholic Church is the only one who can provide that for you, because the article that I've got here from the New York Times, they actually bring up the Lutheran Church. And the Lutheran churches, if you go to your history book, Martin Luther, who tacked the note on the door, the sale of indulgences was one of his big complaints, because he saw the money-making engine that this was for the Catholic Church. I think a lot of people don't realize that not St. Peter's. I'm blanking. I should really know the name of this. It's the one with, maybe it is St. Peter's. It's the one with it's the Sistine Chapel that Michelangelo did the painting of the ceiling. That was entirely paid with by a special sale of indulgences.
Oh.
So a lot of money can be raised with indulgences, because scaring people into thinking that they're going to be tortured in the afterlife, even if they don't go to hell, is a great way to make a little coin.
The articles that we've been doing over the last couple months, as far as Catholicism, especially the Pope, is concerned, it does seem to be this new marketing campaign that they're on. They're definitely reformatting in this way where they're trying to, like you're saying,
they're going old school.
Yeah, going old school and trying to really get that fear and scare back into you.
Yeah.
And no longer will just like that personal relationship with Jesus save you. No, you've really got to pay homage to the church.
Yeah, the church is what stands between you and judgment.
I think we're going to see some Catholic-sponsored hell houses and stuff soon.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I actually wonder. I would say that I don't think Catholics are that theatrical, but the Pope has a golden throne and a huge solid gold cross and wears outfits and costumes, so maybe they are that theatrical.
Well, and that's maybe also why we're seeing this increase in demonic possession and witchcraft stories from the Catholic Church as well. I don't know.
Maybe. It could be that the Pope has leveled up and his Dungeons and Dragons powers have increased, and he's looking to take the fight, to the demons in the world. But this is not it's not the Catholic Church that we've known, I think, in recent history. This is more the old school Catholic Church that I think we're seeing the resurgence of.
Yeah, which is why he even said he wants that to do away with that radicalism.
The Pope has stated, Pope Hilarius has stated that he would rather have a smaller, more devout church as opposed to a more modern church with more membership. And, I say more power to him, because I think we've seen that the Catholic Church harping on guilt and coming down on how we should all be ashamed of sex, we've seen where that's brought them. The church modernized for a reason, because it was already losing members.
Yep.
It reminds me of the story that we did a little while ago, the 4 or 5 reasons that this particular guy came back to church. And the thing that drove him away from church was he was tired of the base message being hammered away of hell and punishment, and what he wanted was not those things. He wanted community and a more liberal atmosphere, and coming together, and music and drums and enjoyment. And so I think if that guy is indicative of the population, which I think his thought process pretty much is, of the religious community in America, the Pope doing this is just going to drive people away.
Absolutely.
So that's the prediction I'm making now, and I guess we'll see what happens. Outcasts out.